Z. What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Mike YZ. Feel me? Alright, so today we gonna watch some Caitlyn, or we gonna react to Caitlyn Jenner opposes trans girls in women's sports as unfair. You feel me? A lot of people, I didn't even know about this, you feel me? Until somebody posted it on Instagram and they was talking about how, you know, how she's oppressing her own community. It's disrespectful. How rude, you know, and, you know, I heard the side of, you know, how much are trans girls getting, you know, or trans people getting isolated already from communities, and, how they can't even use the bathroom, and how, you know, they just want to be regular people, you know, what this community is making it, is ostracizing them so much. And, you know, I do feel it, bruh. You know what I mean? Before I don't want to go too into detail, but, you know, before I react to it, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the side that I heard before I even knew anything about it, before I knew anything about anything. You feel me? I'm just hearing like, yo, I'm just hearing all the ethos, all the emotions, the whole ethos, the whole feeling of the situation. You know, and then there's an ethos part of it, and then there's a logos part. There's like a logical part of it is like, okay, you know, all right, but anyway, let's get into the reaction. You feel me?
Caitlyn Jenner is coming under fire for remarks she made about transgender athletes. Jenner, who transitioned after an Olympic gold medal career, says she doesn't think trans girls should be allowed to compete in female sports. Fire as several states now try to ban trans girls from competing. Here's ABC's Zareen Shah.
Tonight, California gubernatorial hopeful Caitlyn Jenner giving this controversial statement to TMZ on trans legislation.
So there's legislation in various states to ban biological boys who are trans from playing girls' sports in school. What's your opinion on that?
Question of fairness. That's why I oppose biological boys who are trans competing in girls' sports in school. It just isn't fair. And we have to protect girls' sports in our school.
It's a dramatic shift for Jenner, a transgender woman and advocate.
I also want to acknowledge all the young trans athletes who are out there, given the chance to play sports as who they really are.
Her latest comments coming as over 30 states consider banning trans athletes competing based on identity. Governors in 7 states have signed bills making it against the law for transgender girls to compete on a public school girls' sports team. Lawmakers arguing that transgender girls and women had an unfair advantage. In March 2020, Idaho's House Bill 500, dubbed the Fairness in Women's Sports Act, banned trans girls and women's ability to compete in female sports leagues.
It's about making sure that we preserve those opportunities.
ABC's Kana Whitworth spoke to Lindsay Hecox, who filed a lawsuit with the help of the ACLU and others. By August, the court placed a preliminary injunction against the law, meaning while the lawsuit is pending, the law itself cannot be enforced. Hecox stresses that she should have opportunities to play like anyone else.
Something about trans women athletes, they feel like it's going to be some huge, tall, muscular superstar. And I don't even think most of my teammates would even think of me as trans. I just look like a regular girl.
And Lindsay, tomorrow here in Pasadena, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals will start oral arguments in that Idaho case regarding excluding transgender women from participating in female sports. They will determine if that law is constitutional. Lindsay?
We'll be keeping an eye on that. Zareen, thank you.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live.
All right, I mean, I think we got the whole point. You know, I didn't really say, you know, just kind of confirmed, what I felt was going on. You know, and, specifically they were talking about high school and, I believe, like, college sports and then, like, high school and on sports. I personally do believe that it is unfair for people that are biological males to play female sports, regardless of anything that's being said, man, I really do. I do understand the ethos of it. I do understand that, these are a group of people that have been, are just naturally being ostracized just because it's just a very unnatural thing. Like, listen, no disrespect, bro. No disrespect, bro. But it's just unnatural. No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not judging. It's just unnatural. If you were born a male, typically you are considered a male until you die. You know what I mean? It's just a very unnatural thing. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's just facts. You feel me? So I feel like under these specific circumstances, it is hard to really play that gray area because it's such a already like it's already a touchy thing. It's already very, very touchy. Like, I feel you on the emotion, and like it's not fair, and I should, but it's just like, oh, like where do we draw the line though? You know what I'm saying? Where do we, like, how do we find that middle ground? Because to be fair, it probably really isn't fair if we're being realistic. I just don't feel that it is fair. You know, as far as I heard, you know, there have been situations in like female wrestling, you know, with transgender women have seriously hurt and injured a lot of females that were born female, you know, and I really do think is unfair. So I do think there's something that, you know, should be done, you know. I don't think this has anything to do with being anti-transgender or anti, you know, whatever. I just think it's the facts, you know. And I think honestly, if we really start running from the truth, just as a community in general, like if we start deflecting and avoiding the truth, you're not gonna get anywhere, bro. Like I promise you. I said the same thing about the WNBA. If we start just pretending like, you know, oh, WNBA players are as good as male players, it's just not true. You know what I mean? And as sooner we get to the truth, the sooner we can fix the actual problem. Because nobody cares that WNBA players aren't as good as NBA players. We're just trying to get to the solution where WNBA players are paid to a better point as male players. So what is the solution here? The solution, in my opinion, here is to how can we make it, I don't know if we can make it perfectly fair, but how can we get it to a point where everybody feels like they've gotten a fair shake? You know what I mean? So I think I don't really, you know, opposed to the whole WNBA situation. I don't really have what I feel is a solution. The first thing that comes to mind is, you know, let's just make a transgender league, but I don't think there would be enough people for that. I don't think that would work. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Let's make a league specifically for transgenders. And I'm like, well, you know, I honestly don't think that would work. And I think, you know, as becoming a transgender, I don't really know how that whole operation goes, but what I do know is that, you know, I think there's some like medication or whatever it is to decrease your testosterone. So I do think you are kind of caught in a tough spot to where, you know what I mean, you are still disadvantaged from men because of what you're doing to your body, but you are still superior physically, naturally to most women. So I do think it's a very touchy subject. What are we at, 10 minutes? Probably be around 8 because I'm cutting some of the stuff out. But yeah, honestly, I don't really know a solution, to be very real with you. It's just a very unnatural situation. It's very like, it's just unnatural, you know, so it's hard to really it's really hard to come up with a solution, you know. Modern day problems need modern day solutions. And what is a modern day solution? I really don't know. Maybe you could have like I don't know. I don't really believe in ostracizing, but I don't know. Like, you know, maybe you can make a transgender like school or something. Like, I don't know. Like, none of these sounds like plausible solutions. So yeah, man, I mean, I do agree with Caitlyn Jenner, and I do hear the side of people that, you know, feel like it's not fair and they just want to be a part of everybody else. But the reality of the situation is it ain't that easy. It really isn't that easy. So yeah, man, definitely let me know what y'all think. If y'all know of any solutions or anything like that, definitely let me know, man. Definitely let me know, because I can't really think of anything that would really make everybody happy, you know. And damn, man, I don't want to sound like that guy, man, but I don't know, man. I feel like they might have to. let me not even say that. I think there's a solution out there. So, but yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. You feel me? If you enjoy this type of video and conversation, you know what I mean. Definitely let me know your thoughts about the things that I'm saying. If you feel like I'm saying a lot, I'm saying a little. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you feel. You know. So I see you when I see ya. Peace.